Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Israel Diamond Exchange. It's great to see you here. We hope that you will do a lot of business in Israel and that you will support Israel. Israel's diamond industry is extremely important. And as you'll see from my speech today, you'll understand also why the role of Israel, the role of exchanges, and the role of markets are so very important. Let's see. Okay. We'll do a little brief background of what Rapaport is. We'll talk about the market. We'll talk about what's happening in the industry. And let me tell you, it's not good news. We're going to be very realistic today. We're going to lay it out as it is, or as I see it anyways. We're going to talk about Israeli opportunities. How do we fit into this industry? We're not cutting like India. We're not mining like Africa. We're not buying like America. What are we doing here? Who needs us? And then we'll come to some kind of a conclusion about where we think we can go and how we should find ourselves and what we can do. The big thing with this Rapaport stuff is that we have values, arachim. And if you think about your business and what you're doing, if you're lucky enough to base your business on more than just making money, but you can think about your values, your honesty, your integrity, your family, what you want to do, then you're lucky. And I've been very lucky that we base ourselves on ethical, transparent, being very open, being very straightforward about what's going on. It's not easy. It's not comfortable sometimes. So that you have to tell an employee, excuse me, you don't know what you're doing. And sometimes an employee has to tell you, you don't know what you're doing. Transparent, competitive, efficient markets. And you got to understand the relationship between transparency and competition. That's what this bourse is about, by the way. You can walk around, you can see diamonds here from many different people, competition. You can see the prices. Transparency and competition breeds, it brings you fair market value. It brings you fairness in business. And that's why bourses are so important. You can go to an office and talk to one guy, but if you're in this building and you're looking at different people, you can compare prices and you can think about what to do. So we're based on values at Rapaport. You know, someone came to us from the Congo a month ago, 2 months ago. I'll give you the best business, unbelievable, president, literally. You know what I'm talking about here, some friends. I said, no way, I'm not interested in doing business with the Congo. It's not the money. I'm not interested in doing business that doesn't fit into the values, into what we're about. Okay. Established in 1978, 230 employees, more or less, 20,000 clients in 121 countries, and we don't own really any diamonds. We're an added value service business. We do own some diamonds we get stuck with, but basically it's an added value story. Information services, RapNet, which you probably know about, Rapaport auctions and trading, and diamond grading and certification. I also want to thank the GIA if they're here. They're good friends. We've been working with them in Israel for 20 years or something. Okay, enough about me. So what is this diamond business about? What's going on? What are the numbers? Well, rough is at about, and these are our estimates, $14.5 billion of rough comes out of the ground. $17.3 billion is sold. So somebody's making $2.8 billion there. The hustlers, the hagglers, the dealers. $25.3 billion polished jewelry. And another $76 billion we figure at retail. These are revised De Beers numbers, by the way, on that one. So basically, we are sitting here on $76 billion, and the non-mining companies are playing around with $61.5 billion. That's the game, including retail. Okay. So now, thinking is everybody's trying to say, how much can I get? How much can I get? But the real game for us is to grow the pie, to make a bigger business. But this is just an overview. Let's drill down. 6 companies control, what's that, 83% of the world's diamonds. 6 phone numbers, 6 people. This is a controlled, rough game, for good or for bad, mila'el or milara. Now, 72% is De Beers and Al Rosa. Recognize the president of Al Rosa sitting here. What's happening? Okay. So we're sitting here. We got these people that are really controlling, or in a good way, hopefully, the rough diamonds. But they are stakeholders. If this business goes kafooey, they're going to feel it even more than us. And I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. But understand big concentration. Now here's a horrible graph. The orange thing tells you over the years, and this is based on Kimberly process data, which are all the so-called legitimate diamonds. There's other diamonds, but we're not going there right now. The orange thing tells you the money. See, they made more money. Lots of money. The blue stuff is the carats. What happens when I give you less carats and I charge more money? I'm raising the price. So we've seen that. Well, I'll go back a little bit here. I didn't give you the price graph, but this is a situation which is killing us. They keep giving you the same amount of diamonds for higher money. Prices kept going up over year from I don't know what happened in 2008. It was a catastrophe. But after that, the diamond industry basically got screwed. This is what happened. Now, what really hurts is this. Rough prices went up from January 2008. Rough prices went up 24%, and polished prices went down 21%. This is not good. Not a good thing. We can't dance to this music. This is the definition of getting screwed. That's what happened. I mean, by the way, Kimberly process numbers. Don't blame Rapaport. This is the data collected by all the wonderful governments. So this is kind of problematic. Actually, the polished prices are us, but it's based on Rappy, not Martin Rapaport's opinion. It's based on our RapNet free market where you get numbers from. Okay. So this is a big problem that is, really, really hurting us. And it's not new. And the prices keep coming down. 50%. You look at the Rapaport Diamond Index for D to H, IF to VS2s, top 25 quality 1 carat, 50% the goods went down, a little more, from the peak. Gold didn't go down 50%, everybody. What the hell is going on with diamonds? Why is this happening? Now, the recent, sometimes before things can get better, they have to get worse. So let's look at 2019, which I think is a good opportunity for us to do a cheshbon nefesh, how should I say, a spiritual reckoning, a soulful reckoning. The bear sales are down 26%. That's this year, 2019. We're in February now, February 10th, right? This is okay. Al Rosa sales down 25.9%. Correct me if I'm wrong. Global rough sales, including a bunch of other companies, even though we don't have the Kimberly process data now, thank God, but whatever, 24.4%. Okay, that's the suppliers pulling back, selling less, which is nice because if they kept selling the same amount, no one would buy it because there's no money. If you want to milk a cow, the cow has to be alive. If you want to, you got to have some money. So anyways, let's talk about that. Okay, so that's supply. How about demand? How can we measure diamond demand? The buyers, right? So India is cutting approximately, depending how you look at the Kimberly process data, about 94% of the goods. They get 94% of the rough ends up there. Some years they actually import more rough than is actually created. That's another story. But India's exports were down 15.8%. That means the amount of polish that came into the markets, the amount of demand. If people wanted more goods, trust me, the Indians would have supplied it, and the Israelis who buy from the Indians would have supplied it. So there would have been more. And how about the U.S.? The U.S. was down 27.6% in goods over the half carat. The statistics from the United States about goods under the half carat are the most corrupt, nonsensical stuff I know. Somehow, believe it or not, the United States of America exports $4 billion a year more than they import in goods under the half carat. Anyone from the Kimberly process around? They're deaf, they're dumb, and they're blind. But in any case, this is American. I'm an American. So you can't trust all the data exactly, but it gives you a pretty good picture. So this is over the half carat. Under the half carat, trust me, the situation isn't better. 27 down. Hong Kong polished imports down 18.9% with our estimate for December, which we've averaged. We haven't killed it. It's before the virus. And wrap net prices down 5.3. A bunch of negative numbers, which are a wake-up call. Wake up, everybody. This should tell us we have to start thinking about what is going on with our industry. It's a good opportunity for us to become more alive and aware and what we need to do. And where is the problem and how can we fix this? Now, this is a tough one. I actually said this in Paris on September 9th. I said the diamond trade is not profitable enough to support a sustainable supply chain. Not enough money around, everybody. The dealer markets are in danger of collapse. That's us, the dealer markets. That's us on the exchanges here in New York. We are reaching the point where there is insufficient liquidity to support the flow of diamonds through the supply chain. I'm not talking about the big companies that can manufacture lots of diamonds. I'm talking about all the little people who buy those diamonds. You know, so we got to think about the liquidity that the market needs to process. It's sort of like what happened in 2008. The Federal Reserve Bank flooded the markets with liquidity. So the businesses did okay. We are so, I don't know how to describe this. Starched underpants. No money. Can't move. Stuck. Now, if the trade does not improve profitability, and I'm telling you, I got friends whose kids are leaving the business. Business practices, can stop with the money laundering and all the schmutz, and adapt to new realities, the diamond industry will suffer extreme financial and regulatory disruption. This is just the beginning. If you think, oh, I'm telling you, it's going to get worse unless we make it better. Manufacturers will stop cutting. I said this in September, and they did stop cutting. But now, I didn't say that. Their dealers will stop dealing, retailers will stop selling, consumers will stop buying. We are getting to the point of ad nafesh. We're getting to the point where if we don't change, if we don't figure out how to go further, we are simply going to get a stage where the cover will stall. It's like no oil in the engine in the car. I don't mean to be so negative, but I got to tell you what's happening, what I see out there. I may be wrong. Now, how do we think about the business? What do we do? What are the pieces of this business that we can try to understand so we can figure out what's the solution? Well, mining, manufacturing, dealing. Talk a lot about dealing today because Israel's a dealing market. Retailing and consumers. That's the game. This is what we do. This is our flow. This is our process. Now, I'm going to give you 4 perspectives. Just how I think, they think. Mining companies want to increase their profits by increasing prices. I mean, they can't find new mines every day. And the board of directors says, bring me more profit, bring me more profit, right? How can they get more profit? Only by increasing prices. Generally, mining companies have been price junkies, like heroin addicts. Higher prices, higher prices. Now, I congratulate Rosa for dropping prices 9% and being reasonable, okay? But it's something that may have to do that no one has the money. So, you know, there's a relationship between whether or not someone buys. But they like to increase prices. They restrict supply to maintain the prices rather than drop the prices, which is a discussion if that's healthy for the market. They want to capture Indian government credit funding. Or should I say credit, whatever, I'm not going to say that. Credit funding. So the Indian government has a liberal policy about supporting diamond manufacturers who need to get rough. So they say, great, I'll take the money. Why not? In 2018, they took $6 billion to bear state. They took the money. Why would you take the money? Here's money. Take the money. We'll give you money. You're not going to take the money? So they also shift marketing money, and this is a scary part, not everybody, from generic marketing, sell diamonds to everybody, to brand marketing. buy my diamonds. Not general diamonds, my diamonds. They capture value by going direct, or they stupidly think they can capture value by going direct because they spend so much time talking to people at Bain. But the bottom line is that they have this idea that if only they could get rid of all the Jews and the Indians and everybody else around here, they could make more money. And I'm here today to disprove that. Okay? So this is their thinking. This is what I think that they're thinking. I could be wrong. So how are the manufacturers thinking today? What's going on with the manufacturers? A lot of them are in India. Rough prices are higher than the resultant polished. So if I take rough and I cut it, it's not guaranteed you're going to make a living. In the old days, I was a manufacturer. I was a diamond cutter and a manufacturer. I made money because I'm a diamond manufacturer. Today, it doesn't work that way. I'd like to talk to some technologists here who could teach me how to turn polished into rough. Then I can make a money. But polished prices are too low for profits and too high for sales to retailers and consumers. So by the rough guy saying, I'm going to support prices, I'm going to sell less goods, hooray, the consumers are looking at iPhone 11, they're looking at this, they're looking at that, and it's not so much that the price is high, there's no room to dance. There's no juice with the steak. There's no profit for anybody. Everything's dry. So if prices were lower, people can make some money. People make some money. They start to hustle. They come up with ideas. They do things. Now, this is what the polished guys, the manufacturers say, what am I going to do? I'm cutting, I'm cutting, I'm cutting. I sell 20% of my goods, 30%, 40% of my goods, bing, 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 bing. And then 60% of the goods, they sit there. Like last Shabbat's cholent. I mean, they sit there. And then you keep building up all these goods they can't sell. And so they're struggling. Diamond business shouldn't be about struggling. It should be fun. We should have a good time. You know, like all those guys that are in IT, or the guys in real estate, or the guys in the restaurant. You know, people don't suffer so much. You know? But here we're sitting here and inventory is building. No profits, but keep cutting to keep credit. So if you're a very large manufacturer and you have a credit line, which is another form of, what should I call it? It's like narcotics. It's like a drug addict. Credit. So you got to keep it. So if you stop buying the rough, then the bank's going to say, give me back the money. You know, and the bank knows you don't have the money to give it back anyways. So one one manufacturer said to me, he said, you know, he says, I could die now or I can die later. I'd rather die later. And his banker said to me, he said, you know, as long as my client is breathing, I don't bury him. Okay? So that means as long as he's paying the interest, why am I going to, you know, maybe he'll keep paying the interest and I'll be out of the banking job. I'll already move on to my next career in the bank. All right. So no profits, keep cutting to keep the credit. Let's keep dancing. But there's a liquidity crisis and the markets are decapitalized. Not enough money in this industry. Not enough money. We need money. We need money to have fun. We need money to buy. We need money to speculate. We need money to take risk. We need money to market. We just need money. That's the manufacturer talking. Now, how about the dealers? Dealers in Israel, dealers in New York, dealers in Hong Kong, little people, big people, dealer people. First of all, disintermediation. I'm a dealer. Everybody wants to screw me. What's going on here? My supplier is trying to sell my customer. My supplier's supplier is trying to sell my customer's customer. Everybody wants to get rid of me. Nobody loves me. So they're trying to sell my customer. I have a customer. I spent 20 years. I took him to drinks. I took him for dinner. 20 years in taking care of this customer. And then comes some guy from a manufacturer and says, who needs you anymore, jerk? Get out of here. Manufacturers are selling direct to retailers because they want to live. It costs them the rough, costs them the factory, and cuts consumers. They're selling to consumers too. They have these secret websites, you know. They're becoming vertically integrated dealers and retailers. I don't want to be in jewelry, said the diamond manufacturer, but I want to be in business, so I'm going to be in jewelry. I'm going to try. Demand is sluggish, and prices are high. That's how the dealer sees it. For many dealers, it doesn't pay to inventory diamonds. This is a bad thing. It doesn't pay to inventory. But that's what the dealer's supposed to do. But what should he inventory? So he cherry picks. Go on the flight to Mumbai on El Al. What is it, Sunday night flight? Hang out in the business lounge, and you know what's going on. And they'll cherry pick from the Indians the better goods that they can sell, which makes sense, by the way, okay? Because the Indians need the money, as you soon see. So manufacturers need money. So now they're thinking, okay, inventory. I show you a good deal. The old days in this bourse right here, you had a good deal, someone would grab it up. I'll make a business. Today, I'm frozen. I'm like, I'm afraid. Because there's no money, there's no fun. Now, in a world of brands, where Tiffany cuts diamonds, and De Beers is jewelry stores, will dealers be cut out of the diamond trade? Who needs dealers? Who needs the bourse? Who needs you people? It's a serious question. All right. Anyways, this is the thinking of the dealer. Retailers. Disintermediation. Everybody's supplier is trying to sell everyone's customer. Okay, once again, Forever Mark, Canada Mark, push me out of business Mark, whatever mark you want, somebody is going after my customer directly. Now competition, I know, I wrote this last night, is coming from manufacturers and dealers, not just other retailers. Okay, I'm sitting here, I'm a retailer, I got Amazon, I got James Allen, I got any number of these companies going after my customer. That's a bad enough challenge for me as a retailer. But now I got my supplier going after my customer too. I don't feel comfortable. No wonder my kids would want to get out of the business. Okay? So additional capital coming from online retailers who are cutting profits to gain market share. This is also a very tricky thing. So let's say you're hanging out with these weird people on the VCs. What do we call it? The vicious investors? What do they call the... What? Venture capitalists. Vicious capitalists, okay? And they come and they say, I'm going to give you $10 million because I like your idea, but you got to spend it this year. And I don't care if you make money. Matter of fact, the more money you lose, I don't care. So now I'm sitting here trying to run a business, and I got these guys, and I can speak about my own business, Rapaport. I got these guys that got $40 million, and they don't care if they make money. They just want to get market share. So it's not even, I got to race somebody off a cliff. I mean, how do you feel competing with Amazon? How do you feel competing with Blue Nile? How do you feel with James Allen? So these are interesting times when you're trying to make a living like a normal human being and you have competitors who don't have to make money. All right. So this is going on. It's stress. Retailers need memo from dealers. They can't hold unlimited ranges of inventory. Oh, I came to Israel, I bought an FVS2, pear shape. Great stone, man, it's beautiful. And I brought it home, and I'm so excited. And now the banker's daughter, who I've been going to play golf with for like 10 years, the banker, she's getting engaged. And she says, I need an oval, ovals only. Oval. What am I going to do? I got this pear shape. So I can never get what they want because God has a strange sense of humor. And he always has people ask for what I don't have. So I called the dealer. But I got to call the dealer. Just in time, we learned it from the Japanese. Call the dealer, Federal Express arrives the next day. I call 3 dealers. Each one sends me 2 stones, which means when you send the stone on memo, there's 1/6 of a chance that you'll sell it, unless, of course, the banker's daughter went to 3 other stores. Which does happen. At 47th Street, we laugh about it because, you know, oh, yeah, you got that call, you got that call, you got that call, you know. But in any case, you say you have a 10% chance, 20% chance of selling. But it's an important business because you can make 20, 30% here. So all of New York, and maybe one day all of Israel, is living off of memo. Memo is not bad, memo is good because if you can get the right product to the guy, it's good, and I'll say that. All right. So consumers also are questioning the ethics of diamonds. I'm sitting here as a jeweler, and the guy says, I was on television and I saw this program, and can you please tell me, where did my diamond come from? I don't know. Better you should ask me where babies come from. I just don't know where the diamonds come from. So what's he going to say? So we're working on that, okay? But this is what retailers are thinking, okay? The consumer perspective. Diamonds, I got to buy you a diamond. Diamonds are a necessary cultural norm for romantic commitment and special events. So if I'm going to get engaged, whether I like it or not, I got to get her a diamond. That's what the guy's thinking. And she's thinking, he better get me a diamond. It's not, it's just the way society does things. Okay? Now, diamonds are nice, but not vital for other gifts. And this is where I love, like Stephen Lucy has a great friend, I love the fact that the Beers and the Arosa are thinking about, doing stuff, but they're stupid in this regard. Selling fashion jewelry, competing with Swarovski, give me a break. Diamonds, and you'll see at the end of this presentation, are serious stuff. And we keep trying to sell them as, I want to sell the sparkle, I want to sell the sparkle, okay? This is serious stuff, okay? Getting married, anniversaries, weddings. Serious stuff, diamonds. Don't sell me this sparkle crap. Sell me the real something serious, as you'll see. Okay. Now, social responsibility is a serious purchasing factor. Consumers want to know, young consumers want to know where it comes from. Are you destroying the earth? Are you being good? And consumers are confused about value. They don't trust anybody. You ask a guy, you bought a diamond, what are you thinking? He says, I don't know how much I'm getting ripped off by. I don't know how much. But it's not necessarily true. You can give someone a good deal and they just don't know it. I'm going to be, next Sunday, I'm speaking at the Palm Beach show. 120,000 rich consumers. What more could you ask for? And I talked to a guy who's one of the biggest estate dealers. And he says to me, I'm not going to the show. I said, why not? He says, I give people great deals. They don't even know I'm giving them great deals. It's so frustrating. So it's not about price necessarily. So you'll see we get to that. But anyways, people want to know about value. Not price, value. And brands are definitely the future. Let me tell you, everybody's going to the brands because you can sort of trust the brand, because if the brand does something bad, they will lose brand value. Like Nike, okay, Nike, great sneaker, they were wonderful. Mid-90s, they were caught having child labor in Vietnam. Nike's sales went down 60%, and the value of their shares went down 50%, and their CEO got fired. And today, if you buy Nikes, they know everything about their sneakers. So brands are very sensitive to bad news. Okay? So there's a little bit of, if I'm going to buy from a brand, he'll generally watch himself, unless he's Signet. But that's another story. So talking about Signet, okay, this is amazing. This is unbelievable stuff, okay. I did this in Paris. They were freaking out, okay. But then it was even less of an excitement, okay. Signet is at 140 in January 2016, and Tiffany's at like a little less than 80, okay. So what happens in these years? Like 4 years? Just 4 years? Signet goes down the toilet, 80%. And Tiffany goes up to the skies, 76%. I mean, they just got bought, so it even gave them more of a goose jump. But look at that. Why did one die? I mean, going down 80%, that's a pretty good definition of not doing too well. And going up 76%, hooba, hooba, that's great. Why? And here's some more funny stuff. If you look at the numbers, well, in 2019, Signet sold $6.177 billion. And poor old Tiffany only sold $4.4 billion. But the market cap of Signet was only $1.319 billion. It's like peanuts. They were down to 800 million. I was even thinking of buying them, okay? They were down like 800 million a while ago. But Tiffany went to $16 billion. You know, they used to be worth twice as much. You know, they were even the same in 2015 in market cap. Almost. What the hell? 1,232% more? Who could tell me why would such a crazy thing happen? Anybody? I'm here. What? No, bought out is fine, but even before they're bought out. Women. So if you're a CEO of a company, don't get in a swimming pool with your staff when they're naked. Good idea. All right. But it's got to be more than women. Not that he's bad. Maybe the other guy's good. What's the flip side? You were saying something? Marketing. Marketing's a big word. They both spend a lot of money about marketing. Maybe good marketing? Ethical marketing? Can anybody in this room sell Tiffany? Anybody here sell Tiffany? Raise your hand. Not one of you guys can sell Tiffany. Why would that be? What's Tiffany's game? Well, ethical sourcing is one of their games, saying we are really serious about knowing where our diamonds come from. We have quality. You can't, I once interviewed was it Bill Cheney? No, it was William Cheney, who was the chairman of the board of Tiffany. This is 25 years ago when Tiffany, by the way, almost went bankrupt. And there was an employee buyout, a leveraged buyout. And I went to visit Cheney in his office to interview him. And he said to me, the thing about Tiffany is, first of all, we have a revolving door. So we're not pushing back against customers. And he said, we can do affordable luxury. We'll sell you a $35 baby teaspoon. It'll be the best baby teaspoon in the world. You can't buy bad quality at Tiffany. They don't have it. I'm your best customer. I want a KSI too. We don't have it. Doesn't exist. So they really, really entrenched their brand. Remember I said a minute ago, branding is important, right? They're worth more money. A Tiffany ring is worth more money. Go to an auction, and they sell you a Tiffany piece of jewelry, and they sell you another piece that is not marked Tiffany. The Tiffany piece will get you 30% or so more. So what does this mean to us in the business? Where's the money? Our ethics important. Our values important. And I think this is absolute evidence. LVMH is not going to buy Signet. No how, no way. But they will fall over themselves buying Tiffany. The name, the brand, the values. So we have to think about that, even as a bourse, even as a community, even as a diamond people. We got to think about that. It's a lesson. It's a real lesson of value. So what do we do? What should we do? So instead of kvetching here all day, I'm going to start to now get us to the point we say what I think we can do. First, learn how the world around us is changing and how the diamond industry and trade must change. We got to change, guys. If we keep doing the same thing, it's just not going to get better. Really? Emes? Okay, so we got to kind of think about what are we going to do? How are we going to dance? New dance. Understand the illusion of diamonds. Illusion. Funny phrase. When I was in Antwerp learning to cut diamonds, not any cut diamonds, cleave diamonds, and they talked about the illusion of diamonds, the fact that people dream about diamonds, the fact that diamonds are so special. They're not just another commodity, okay? And so this idea of illusion in diamonds, how people, and there is still illusion out there. We, inside the trade, may have lost our illusion. But I tell you, billions of consumers have illusion in diamonds. Recognize the need to establish an ethical, socially responsible diamond trade. Yeah, we talk about it. We practice bullshit like the Kimberley process. We do all kinds of greenwashing and BS washing. No. I mean a really honest thing over here. Something that your daughter would look at you and say, yeah, I really am proud of what you're doing. Separate the good people and good diamonds from the bad. This idea that everybody's okay, I don't buy it. There are good people, and then there are, I'm going to call them back, not so good people. The time has come to split the seas, like in this parsha. Split the seas. Honest, ethical, no money laundering, no cash, no bullshit people on this side, everybody else over there. I'm not going to say what they are. We must segment the market, and that's what the Responsible Jewelry Council is doing. They're not relying on the big umbrella called the Kimberley process. That's what the Signet people even doing with their, whatever they call it, the four-letter thing. That's what I'm doing. That's what Tiffany's doing. That's what Cartier's doing. That's what Boucheron's doing. That's what all the brands are doing. They're trying to segment out who they're buying from, how they're buying, and what they're doing. And there's winners here. Because if you, in fact, are up to it, you can, in fact, make good money because they're making, what the hell? Tiffany's making fortune. They don't care. They'll pay more for the goods. They're not interested in price. They're interested in value and values. All right. Stop selling price. Start selling value and values. I know it's hard to understand this if we're all commodity people, but you got to start thinking about what is there that's beyond the diamond. Stop selling diamonds. Start selling the illusion of diamonds. Understand why people buy diamonds. Anybody? Why do people buy diamonds? Anybody? Why do people buy diamonds? Come on. What? Investment, maybe. What? What? Diamonds are forever. They take forever to sell. No, I'm joking. But what? Value or values. Love. Oh, commitment. Whoa, good, good. You're getting there. Commitment. The what?
It's a symbol. Diamonds are a symbol.
A symbol.
Love,
right.
Relationship.
Right. Right. So if you give a girl a refrigerator, she wants something that has no utility because it elevates the relationship to something spiritual. She wants him to feel pain. You know, instead of your golf clubs, you want me something that you're never going to use. It's an altruistic gift. Okay? There's a lot of that stuff. Okay? So, thinking that way is healthy. Sell the idea behind the diamonds, don't sell the diamonds. Stop pushing commodities like you're selling, I don't know, sparkle. Sell the idea behind the diamond, but think about it. Think about what is your idea? What is your customer's idea? Why is your customer buying? And I know that it's not fair because you're in the B2B world and your customer's a jeweler or a dealer in New York, and so you're not even thinking that way. But as an industry, we have to start going beyond the product. A big advice for the industry. First of all, you want to reduce global rough supply? Okay. I don't like it that much. Because if there's, and I really should have erased this, but I'll leave it here out of respect. If you keep reducing supply, there's less goods. If there's less goods, people are buying emeralds, rubies, sapphires, pearls. You know? You want that product to be there. So if you keep pulling the product back, okay, you know, at some stage it's not going to be around. But okay, I can understand that we have a flush of diamonds right now, too much stuff out there, and you want people to sell the less. I mean, why the hell is a faint blue diamond 50 below? Are we crazy? How did such a thing happen? Medium blues. I mean, it's nuts. It's crazy. The blue diamond is cheaper than a synthetic. Crazy. I mean, we're just trying to narrow and narrow and narrow. So take away the good stuff, they'll sell the medium stuff. But the bottom line is, this is a question even in my view. Stop trying to cut out the middle markets. Stop trying to sell directly to everybody. Encourage the people in this room and the other people who are in the middle markets, the dealers, encourage them to play with you. You know, like, there's a casino here. There's risk. Don't you want people in your casino? Come on in, buy the diamonds, buy the blues, buy the other ones. Come on, play with the stuff, move it, do something with it. Go to Hong Kong, don't go to Hong Kong. Go to Taiwan, don't go to Taiwan. Go to the Philippines. Sell those strong blues, okay? Do something. Invest $1 billion. I don't like this cocking around with $70 million. $70 million is bullshit, okay? You have to spend it in 1 year. Come up with a plan that says, we're going to spend $1 billion over 5 years if you want, 3 years if you want, on engagement rings, on the commitment jewelry, and do it with a co-op. So you only spend $500 million, you big mining guys. Because everybody has to put their money in to do the game. So you come up with a plan. Like we did it. 3 Stone Rings did it. We won. There's an architectural plan for how this stuff works. 3 Stone Rings worked. It was co-op advertising with a specific plan that people could understand. If I market this way these kinds of products, I will double my advertising spend because Rosa, De Beers, Mabeers, whoever will give me money. So you're going to spend the $500 million anyway, but you probably piss it away on stupid little junk instead of engagement rings. Focus. Give me 5 years, 3 years, $1 billion. Tell the world we're spending $1 billion. It'll be amazing because you will get there. You will succeed. Not even a question of my mind. But think big. And I'm telling you, for the mining guys, how much do you have in the ground over there? $1 billion, not a lot of money. You want to secure your future. Now, this you're not going to like so much. Drop rough prices by as much as 30% to ensure market liquidity. You already lost 24% last year in your sales. Drop the prices so people will buy the stuff and play with it. Keep the game going. Even the bankers in India understand you got to keep the game going. The head of the Federal Reserve Bank, when they were hit with this lack of liquidity, they said, push money into the market. Push money, profits into the market. Don't worry, people aren't going to drop the prices by 30% if the rough's cheaper. There'll be little greedy guys trying to make more money. But give people a chance to make money. Give people a chance to make money. That's all we want to do here. We want to just have a chance to make money. But we can't today if the rough is that high. And you can't sell rough to a bankrupt market. You can't. They want to give you more money, everyone, but they can't. They don't have the money. What happened in October this year in India? Those guys, they wanted to buy the rough. It's not that you sold less because you became, I don't know, altruistic, we sell less people. The money, there's less money around. So we're at this edge of this thing here, we're like, like this here, Take a couple steps back, let there be some money. It's not going to bankrupt you guys, but I'm telling you, if the middle markets, if the dealers leave the business, everybody's pretty much screwed. And I'm going to make that point now. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's understand change a little bit. How am I doing time-wise? Are we okay? Everybody okay? Seder? All right. What? I'm trying to get the good news. We're going to get there. He wants good news. I want good news. We all want good news. But we have to be able to be honest, and then we can get the good news. Okay. If rough goes down, you'll feel the good news. But look, you don't make money by not trading. So if prices come down, you take a one-hand hit, but then every single month, ba-boom, making money, ba-boom, making money, ba-boom, making money. It's fine. Grow up, take the pain, and go forward. By the way, do you guys know how to make money when the market's going down? Anybody know how to do that? How do you make money when the market's going down? What? Okay, so let's say, and I learned this from the Indian friends in 2008. Everybody was here, like they froze here. I'm not going to sell. It cost me $10,000. I'm not going to sell. They're offering me $8,000. I'm not going to sell. So some innovative guys in India said, you know what? They're offering me $8,000, but I can buy it for $7,000. So I'll sell what I paid $10,000 for $8,000. I'll replace it with $7,000. They did that, and they kept doing that. They made millions. It was amazing. I was watching this happen as goods were going to 50 below. Oh, very difficult to do. But let me tell you something. Every aspect of making money is difficult to do. But you're right. You're 100% right. But these guys did it. So if you can replace whatever you're selling cheaper, then your price is your replacement price, not your cost price. Because in the end, you'll end up with the same inventory, but you'll have made money throughout the race while all your friends are standing there like frozen deer in the headlights. But I understand the point. It's not comfortable. Okay, anyways. External forces that have nothing to do with us. What is this virus called now? What's it called? What? Coronavirus. I'm very sorry about the coronavirus. I don't know what the hell's going on. We can't control coronaviruses. I hope our friends in China are okay, and I hope that they heal well, and I hope that really we should pray. Everybody should be okay here. It is a scary thing. But things happen beyond our control. Take President Trump, okay? Now, I happen to love President Trump. He's good for the Jews. That's it. Okay? But I like him. I actually like him. And if you think about understanding President Trump, I can give you two things to understand. I understand him. I think I understand him. America first. He's not like President Obama, the president of the world. He doesn't want to win a peace prize. He thinks what's good for me is good for me, and I want what's good for me, and I'm not shy about telling everybody if it's good for me, it's good. If it's not good for me, it's not good. Very simple. And the other thing is reciprocity. If the Chinese screw me, I screw the Chinese. If the French screw me, I screw the French. I don't care. I screw everybody. But it's reciprocity. If you understand these two rules, you can understand Trump, which means you can understand some of the crazy things that are happening around us that are influencing the diamond market, like a strong dollar or whatever. My point here is I don't have time to get into all of this, but there's a lot of things happening that are beyond our control that influence diamond markets, diamond prices, and stuff that's going on. I'll talk about demographics, big demographics, big thing. And then there's internal forces. You know, De Beers' 6-year deal is over. They signed a 6-year deal with, was it the European Commission, right? I believe that's what it was. I'm not sure. Think so. Could be. Right? And they now are going to change how they're supplying diamonds. I don't know if it's the end of the sideholder era, but it's the end of the sideholder era. But whatever it is, it's the new things happening inside the markets. Demand is changing. Kids, millennials. I mean, they don't even want to get married. How are they going to buy an engagement ring? They don't want to get married. I don't want to get married. Why should I get married? And I don't even know if I'm a guy or a girl. So that's really confusing, right? But I don't want to get married, okay? So generic marketing, branding is coming up. Disintermediation of the middle markets. We all talked about this getting boring. So these are things that are happening inside. So globalization. For a while we thought globalization is going to save us. Don't worry. Then Trump showed up, then the virus shows up. You know, you can't just rely on jumping from one customer to another. You got to go deep. You got to love your customers. You got to go deep, okay? Not just, oh, he sold this guy, I'm going to sell this guy, I'm going to sell that guy. No, go deep. Get to know your customers really well. That is an important solution here. Now, you got the next generation showing up. These people are different. Now, I'm an alta cocker. I'm 68. I'm a baby boomer, okay? And I have kids. They help me try to understand what's going on, but mostly, you know, they try. What? I don't know. No, when I look at kids that are 35, they're not kids. Okay, but 18-year-olds, Generation X, Z, whew, these people are totally different. And we got to sell them diamonds when they grow up and decide to get married. And by the way, I say this, you know, women are the key. And first of all, I'm glad to see women here. Nice to see women. Not enough, but good to see women here. But if we can't sell women, we're not going to succeed in this jewelry business. So we need more women in the business. We need to understand women in the business, et cetera. Now, the thing about this young generation is that every day, women are getting older. They are. Millennials are starting to reach their 30s, mid-30s. And I think, tick, tock, tick, tock. And a woman is going to have to make a decision. Do I want to have children? Don't I want to have children? And if you decide to have children, maybe you have to give up your Tinder account for a while and sleep with the same guy. You know? Develop a relationship. Have children. Get married. Get a diamond. That's correct. So when we look at the world as it sits today, and we think we understand it, we need to understand the world is moving. I think Elliot Tenenbaum once said at a conference we ran, and he said, Wayne Gretzky is the greatest hockey player. And they said, why are you the greatest hockey player? And he said, everybody goes where the puck is. I go where the puck is going to be. So if millennials are going to start to get married, they're not the enemies of the jewelry industry anymore. And we should be planning to catch up with them. Okay? So there's opportunity here, my friends. But we just have to change our brain about how we're thinking about things. And that changing of the brain is the key. So what's happening with these people? How many are there? Where are they? 27% of Americans are millennials. 90 million people. A lot of people. 82 million Zs. X's, they don't spend that much, but they're there. And these baby boomers, these baby boomers and seniors. Now, this is not really for an Israeli audience so much, but do you realize, my friends, that diamonds are forever, but baby boomers are not? What's going to happen to the jewelry? I'm going to run auctions. I'm going to find ways to buy it. I'm going to trade it, baby, because there's going to be billions of dollars of stuff, jewelry, fine jewelry, coming from all these 74 million. Excuse me, it's 96, 97 million Americans. 22 million Americans are already over the age of 75. They're just dying to sell their jewelry, literally. So there's opportunity, my friends. Maybe not for Israelis dealers, but there's other opportunities as well. But you need to open your eyes and look around for where's the opportunities. This is a huge opportunity here, by the way. Huge, huge, huge. And we're already, what are we selling here? 25 million a year to 30 million? Something like that, of recycled diamonds coming from appraisers in the United States, and they're chipped and they're bruised and they're nicked. But whatever they are, you Israelis buy them up and you polish them up and you make money from them. So there's always opportunity if you look for it. Okay. But there's new people. See this woman? She represents this bunch of people that are Americans, that are grown up rich, and she wants socialism. Shocking. Scary, you know, amazing. But this is the next generation. You think she's dying for a diamond engagement ring? Maybe. You don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. How can you sell her? Subway ads? I don't know. What can you sell her? What's her dream? What does she want? She wants a guy too. She's noisy and she's yelling and, but, you never know what happens in those NGO hotels. But the bottom line is that she also wants something. And just because she's yelling socialism doesn't mean we should ignore her. So we have to get out of our comfort zone in terms of who we're selling and how we're selling. I know this may not be perfect for the Israeli Diamond Exchange Group, but I'm trying to, stretch your brains. I'm trying to get you to understand your customers a little more. Now look, if you're her and you see this, it's okay, we're giving people jobs, we're going to fill it in. I don't know what this looks like, but it doesn't look too pretty. But we have to be honest about it. We have to recognize our strengths and our weaknesses, and we have to figure out what to do about them. But we can't make believe that that hole isn't there. And I don't have answers to everything, but honesty and transparency and authenticity are key values to this generation. And this whole idea of making the world a better place. Everything is selling this way. Everything. I was reading The Economist last week. Okay, everything. They're selling, clothing, and they're selling flowers, and everything. Make the world a better place, make the world a better place. This is how consumers today in America are thinking. And what's more important than when you're giving a gift of love and commitment to somebody than having that thing with it? So we really got to figure out how to make the world a better place. And we need to think about how that message combines with our diamonds and our jewelry. See these guys. I don't like these people, okay? These are our socialists. There's Uncle Bernie, Aunt Esther, Elizabeth, okay? And they want to do something that will be great for the diamond industry, although I really don't like them. They want to do a wealth tax. A wealth tax. A wealth tax. Hatzarat hon kol shana, okay? They want to know exactly how much money you have so they can take now 1%, tomorrow 2%, then 5%. They can just take it away from you. Even though you've already paid taxes to get it in the first place. Every year they want to cut you down an inch or two. Because you can get votes by taking money from the rich and giving it to the poor. It didn't work that way. In India, it didn't work with President Trump. But they're running. If they implement the wealth tax, it's going to be the greatest thing for investment diamonds you can imagine. So everything's weird, I don't want to see these people. I don't like socialists, and I want to keep my money. But, this is happening. And there are people that think this way. How do these people think about diamonds? How do these people think about jewelry? How do we sell them jewelry? How do we sell them diamonds? How do we deal with this? These are challenges, high-level challenges, because there's millions of Americans that love these people. Almost half the country, hopefully less than half the country, but a lot of people do. So we need to understand the environment we're in is complicated. It's got a lot of mixed up stuff going on, okay? But we need to be aware of this. All right. Now, Israel. Finally, we're going to talk about Israel. Israel is the dealer market. That's what we do here. And who needs dealers? Who needs a diamond market? Come on, let the bears follow the advice of Bain and sell all their diamonds to little old ladies in their newly rebought De Beers stores. And what they can't do that way, they'll give it to the Forever Mark push or the Canada Mark push. So the mining companies are thinking, they'll go. In a world with De Beers, I'm repeating myself. This is terrible. Okay, so anyways, who needs an Israeli diamond industry? And more important, what exactly do diamond dealers do? How do they add value? Are they just a bunch of Jewish guys trying to rip everybody off? What's happening here? Okay. How do we add value? How do we add value? Well, the good news is we do. Not only do we add value, we add the kind of value that if we didn't add it, all those rich guys would die. And I'll explain why. The fundamental role of diamond dealers and the diamond markets. Remember he said Rapaport's values? Ethical, efficient, competitive, markets. I believe in markets, competition, transparency, okay? Fundamental diamonds and markets to get the right diamond to the right customer at the right price at the right time. Sounds easy, but it isn't. They balance supply, demand, and price. That's what markets do. That's what diamond dealers do. That's why you need them. You can't live without them. One way dealers add value, just one way, is by moving select quantities of diamonds to specific customers who are willing to pay a higher price for the selection offered. So guys go to India. They buy XXX, no fluorescent, putchy schmitchies, creamies, and then boom, they sell them right away. Dealer markets, which like this place, move diamonds down this distribution chain from mine to consumer, adding value as they get closer to the final sale. So what is De Beers' average price? $135, $150, $165 a carat? But if you take that bunch of rough, which you get out of a hole in the ground, and you sort it, so this guy gets the Indian goods in New York, goods in the fancy colors here, the certificates there, OSHA's there, Bort there. Oh, everything gets a little price, goes to a different market, goes to different experts. So you're moving it down the pipeline. So here it was worth $85 or $165 a mishmash. Now this is worth $200, worth $300. There's money in the tweezers, as they used to say. So that job of segmenting or merchandising rough and then merchandising the polished, that's how we make legitimate money. Nothing to be embarrassed about. We're actually bringing the goods to market. Imagine an airplane with no airport, no runway, no way to land. We're the airport. We're the central bus station. We're the place people go to move goods. And the closer we get to the customer, you know, maybe Mrs. Jones in Rodeo Drive, California, who wants to buy a 3-carat oval. Ovals are hot, that's why I'm talking about. Okay, 3-carat oval FVS1. You know, she will pay a very high price to get exactly what she wants because she's a very finicky buyer. Because the more rich she is, the more finicky she is. That's how God created the world. So she'll pay more. And the guy that'll get her that 3-carat FVS1 oval, you know, with no fluorescence or whatever other craziness she wants, those ratios, because she has long fingers, she has short fingers, who knows what she has, that guy's going to make a couple dollars, and he's worth it to her. She's happy to pay him because she's getting something which is exactly what she wants. So that's what we do, one of the things. But we do more. Given the broad range of diamond shapes, size, colors, and clarities, there's so much out there, my God, you can go crazy. How many kinds of diamonds are there? 2,540? 6,000? 8,000? You just think about all the colors and the clarities and the shapes and sizes. So what is this? Given the broad range, are vital as they assign competitive prices for all diamonds, including hard-to-sell diamonds. So someone will buy a bundle of diamonds and they'll be able to price out and they'll be able to sell stuff that no normal person would buy by itself. Bundling, you call it. Dealers promote combinations and bundles of goods, making it possible to move all the goods at the optimal prices. So let's say you're selling rough, right? So you're here. This guy offers this much, that guy offers that much. This guy knows someone that can cut this stone to make this stone, to get that stone, to give it to the lady in California, to give it to the person in Miami, to give it to the person in Hong Kong. That's what markets do. And they optimize prices through competitive bidding processes. That's what goes on over here. Some, sure, mining companies could sell relatively small amounts of select quality, select buyers. No problem. You want to sell 20% of your goods at high prices? Sure. But then you can eat the rest of it, whether you're rough, whether you're polished, whatever what you are. But markets can absorb everything if they're efficient and effective. Guys will buy everything here. So it's important to have those markets, okay? But what about the rest of the goods if you get finicky, if you decide I'm going to go retail, I'm going to cut out the dealers? You know, what do you do with the rest of the goods? And you can't sell just the leftovers. So it's tricky. Got to balance. Liquid dealer markets buy broad ranges of diamonds and make diamonds for products that are hard to sell. They make all kinds of weird jewelry. They do all kinds of things. Now, dealers put their money where their mouth is. Let them make a living and they will gamble. They will bet in your diamond casino. They will buy all kinds of goods and then they're going to figure out all kinds of ways to sell it. Okay? They take risks and proactively push product. That's what Israel could do really well. I've seen it. Yasha Goldfinger, okay? Yasha Goldfinger was, I'm an Altakaker here, but he was one of the greatest rough diamond dealers of history ever in the world. He used to walk around with Petex. He was getting a sight of $30 million a shot, and the premium in the boxes were 100%. This man was making $30 million every 5 weeks. Ka-chung, 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 ka-chung. And he was all in his head. And the Petex, remember the Petex? What's the name of the little guy running around, the little gingy guy running, shaking? Now, this gentleman, this fantastic guy, okay, he created liquidity that the bears couldn't believe. So I heard a story from Glenn Nord, who was once the president of the GIA, that he kept getting these capes, like LMN Oaks colors. And those days, you couldn't sell capes. They weren't big. And he kept stuffing them in the safe. All of a sudden, one day, they figured out that there was a market in California where the sun shines bright, and people liked the colors. The prices were great. And the price of these goods went up about 10,000, 5,000%. And they made more money selling the capes that were as a Goldfinger safe than anything else you could possibly imagine. And that's how you need to think about the diamond business, the opportunities. They say you make more money in the strappist than the other stuff, but you know, that's the tradition of the business. We're able to do that, and that's why you need dealers. Absent liquid markets, mining companies and diamond cutters who produce a broad range of goods choke. They choke. Choke on what they can't sell. And not just them, their customers. That's what is happening today. Today. There's all these goods, but no one's dancing with them. No one's making funny with them. No one's finding California markets for them. No one's dancing. And that is not good. If we had some liquidity, we would gamble, we would play. But you ever go to a casino with no money? Terrible feeling, okay? Dealers, finance, manufacturers. So you get a guy, every 5 weeks he's on a treadmill, running. He's like a rat on a treadmill. I gotta get the goods, I gotta rough, I gotta send them, oh, I gotta pay for the site, oh, I gotta do that. Next 5 weeks. Oh, I gotta get the goods, I gotta get the I feel sorry for these people. They're killing themselves, right? Now, they can only sell a certain percentage of their goods to Mrs. Jones. So they can't go down the distribution system. They can't reach that far. Come the Israelis on their El Al airplanes to Mumbai, and they give them liquidity. They buy the stuff. They buy the best stuff. They cherry pick maybe, but they give them cash. They give them money. So you can't imagine a world of diamond manufacturers having to meet the cycle of buying rough without dealers actually buying goods from them on a regular basis. So dealers are their salesmen, are their movers, are their financiers, whatever you want to call it. That's one side. The other side is dealers finance retailers by providing diamonds on memo. Remember that lady, that guy, the jeweler, the banker's daughter, and she wants an oval and all that? No retail can keep every type of diamond stock. Many no longer maintain any inventory for larger diamonds at all. They rely on dealers to provide them just-in-time delivery, enabling consumers to get what they want when they want it. That's important because the guy calls you. Dealing with consumers is crazy. The guy calls me. So I got friends at Harvard, right? And they're like getting engaged or something, or they have a birthday, and they want to spend $250,000. They call me about the 16th of the month, and they say, guess what? I got to buy this for my wife's birthday, which is on the 29th. I got to make her a custom-made ring, find the stone that he wants. It's going to be big. It's going to be expensive. It's got to be JA. My God, these people are crazy. And you got to do all this. So this is big business. This just-in-time delivery, This is the real business. People used to Amazon. I get it tomorrow. I get it today. So this whole business that you have of what dealers can do to help the retailers get the customer and give them what they want fast and quick, it's fundamental. And remember this, guys. No dealers, no memo, no retailers, no sales. Kill the dealers. Cut the branch that you're sitting on. And you deserve to fall. Don't screw around with dealers. And if you're a dealer, don't be embarrassed about being a dealer. You're a key part of this diamond industry. All right. Mining companies and manufacturers that bypass dealer markets and cut out dealer profits are destroying the vital part of diamond distribution that they need to survive. It's crazy. Simply put, without dealers, they will choke on their diamonds. And that's what's happening today. Why do you think sales are down 25%? What's going on here? Because there's not enough dealers to buy the goods. They went too narrow. Instead of trying to destroy and bypass dealer markets, miners and manufacturers should be supporting them and making efforts to ensure the liquidity. The chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank in New York knows this. So when he has dealers for bonds or stocks, he gives them money. He makes sure they can play the game. Keep the game going. All right. I'm almost done. Are we all right? Everybody okay? Seder? Okay. They asked me to talk about synthetics. This is a tough thing for me to talk about because I'm highly opinionated. I'm not normal. I'm Trumpian. Okay? First of all, synthetics are a wake-up call for the diamond industry to challenge the ethics of diamond trade. People are selling synthetic diamonds saying that natural diamonds are dirty, you dig holes, you're bad people, your diamonds are bad, you stink, they stink, everybody stinks. They're not honest, but that's what they're saying. Their marketing pushes social responsibility and denigrates natural diamonds. Not only do they say we're good, they say we're bad. They misrepresent the value of synthetics by hiding the fact that synthetics have no natural scarcity. And their prices will collapse to cost plus. What's really going on is that DARPA and the Russians and the Chinese are funding qubit diamonds, so to speak. Diamonds that can work in very sophisticated computers, that can keep perfect diamonds, I might add, that have a perfect carbon lattice, and they can keep information at the atomic level. 20-carat piece of rough, 10-carat piece of rough like this, more memory than all the memory in the world today, and fast. So there's a race going on. Billions of dollars being spent on research to create qubit diamonds that are perfect for qubit computers, and the byproduct of this are these synthetic diamonds that you're seeing. Now, the big problem for us, the legitimate people, is going to be that once these consumers find out that the price goes from, I don't know, well, I'll go here. Once it goes from $32,709, this is a Wall Street Journal article, okay? Once it goes from $32,000 to $3,000 or $300, they're never going to want to hear about a diamond again. So we must educate consumers as to the natural scarcity and all that stuff. But this is going to be a real threat for us. Okay. Is it ethical to sell synthetic diamonds? I don't think so. Unless you tell the guy, listen, guys, this thing can be produced in unlimited quantities like the sand in the sea. If you want to spend $30,000 or $20,000 on that, that's fine. But you should know that there is no limit to this stuff. And look at the numbers. So we just ran some numbers. You can see the difference, 45, 61, 67. This is off of James Allen today, yesterday. So you kind of see that there's a big discount for these things, but there's still lots of number in there. $2,000 a carat, probably worth $200 per carat in 5 years, maybe less. So that's a problem. These are margins that just tell you that when you're a retailer selling synthetic diamonds, on a 30, you can make 105% margin because you're tailgating on natural diamonds. If you're selling natural diamonds, you're going to get 13% profit. So everybody wants to sell synthetics because you can make more money. But is there more to the diamond business than just making money? And I think that there is, which is why I've been talking about values. All right. This ring. See this ring? Okay. Is this a synthetic ring? Is this a natural ring? It's a nice sparkly ring, right? What do you think this ring is, anyway? You think it's synthetic? How much do you think it's worth? That's a synthetic. Somebody. 20,000. Yeah. There it is. Nice ring, sparkly. Oh, wait. I happen to have it in my pocket. All right. Shot the picture today. Yeah, it's nice. It's sparkly. Okay. Want to sell sparkle? $25. I'll give you all. Really? Here it is. Do I see $25? $30. Every $35. $34. $40. Really? Honestly? Truthfully? Okay. But this is where you can sell sparkle. If you idiots are selling sparkle, you're nuts. Go compete with Swarovski. Come on, I will sell this to anyone who wants sparkle. Not in this room, because I'm going to sell it to consumer. I'm going to make $50, because I'm a greedy little guy. All right, so what is this? If diamonds aren't about sparkle, what are they about? What's the illusion? What can I teach you about illusion? What can we understand? What's the role of jewelry? The real role of jewelry. Whoop. You want to make this happen? Okay. That's my mother.
Only thing I was able to hide and take with me, my mother's pearls. She had one string of real pearls she wore every day. Right. And I took it in my hand, and this is how I went to Auschwitz. When they opened the door, the Polish prisoners, the Jewish boys, were taking us off. I was terribly thirsty, and I said, Wasser, Wasser. And a boy went away and came back 2 minutes later with a bucket of water. Took the pearls, gave me drinks. That saved my life. You should know.
That's my mother. This is a theory. I have relatives who, because they had jewelry, were able to reestablish themselves in Peru, in all kinds of places. Think about financial security and emotional security in one package called a diamond. The woman's jumping up and down. She got a diamond. She got a guy. But she also has something of great value. You never know when you need it. But if you really can go beyond stupid sparkle and start to really understand what does jewelry mean to people, what hasn't meant through generations, what should it mean to this next generation, then you got a chance. We have a chance. We have a great diamond business. But if all you want to sell is sparkle, I say get the hell out of here. Go work for Swarovski. So in conclusion, let us never forget that diamond jewelry is powerful because it's valuable. Take away from value out of jewelry, and you got an empty shell. The true allure of diamonds is not because they sparkle, it's because they hold emotional and financial value. They are symbols. They hold value. Your mother's wedding ring, your wife's wedding ring is worth more than its weight in gold. How smart, you don't understand that? A sustainable diamondist requires diamonds that are sustainable value. Not just flashing the cash, here's the thing. Due to their natural scarcity. So stop selling sparkle, please. Diamonds mean something because they are worth something. Thank you all very much.